Genesis says that from your seed, from your offspring, from your house, will all the nations of the world be blessed. So, we have to, as Christians, look at the world around us, and take that challenge that Jesus gave us. He said, occupy until I come. He says, do work until I return. So what we have to do is that when we go out into our communities on a daily basis, and when we see things that do not represent the will of God, which is thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, there has to be some righteous anger that rises up in us. There has to be something that outrages us, and we say, listen, it's not enough for me to be blessed in my own house. And when we talk about blessings, we're not talking about financial blessings, but the peace and security to know that when we step out, when our sons step out, when our daughters step out of our homes, that they won't be targeted because of the color of their skin, or perhaps because of the hoodies that they wear. When we see things like that we have to say, look, it's from my seed, from my house will all the nations of the world be blessed. So I cannot afford to sit back and do nothing. So when I think about worship and justice, my response is that if you want to know why I work so hard to see justice on earth, all you have to do is look at the one that I worship. And if you look at the one that I worship, then you'll get a very good idea, and you'll understand why I work so hard to see justice here on earth. Right?
Yes.
So what are we going to tell them?
See you in New York City.
See you in New York City, Allen Cathedral, the Greater Allen Cathedral 20s and 30s Conference, June 22nd through the 26th. Register at allencathedral.org.
See you soon.
Every now and then I ask myself, what is it that I would want said? And I leave the word to you this morning. If any of you are around when I have to meet my day, I don't want a long funeral. And if you get somebody to deliver the eulogy, tell them not to talk too long. Every now and then I wonder what I want them to say. Tell them not to mention that I have a Nobel Peace Prize. That isn't important. Tell them not to mention that I have 300 or 400 other awards. That's not important. Tell them not to mention where I went to school. I'd like somebody to mention that day that Martin Luther King Jr. tried to give his life serving others. I'd like for somebody to say that day that Martin Luther King Jr. tried to love somebody. I want you to say that day that I tried to be right on the war question. I want you to be able to say that day that I did try to feed the hungry. I want you to be able to say that day that I did try in my life to clothe those who were naked. I want you to say on that day that I did try in my life to visit those who were in prison. I want you to say that I tried to love and serve humanity. Yes, if you want to say that I was a drum major, say that I was a drum major for justice. Say that I was a drum major for peace. I was a drum major for righteousness. And all of the other shallow things will not matter. I won't have any money to leave behind. I won't have the fine and luxurious things of life to leave behind. But I just want to leave a committed life behind. And that's all I want to say. If I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can...